So my name's Jeremy. I've been, I guess, an architectural photographer. I've been doing it for probably 7 years or so, but I think real seriously in the past 3 years. And I grew up with a camera in my hands. My mom always had a camera around, and she had little disposable cameras that we could kind of play with growing up. And so one of my SD cards, and referring back to my 2-year-old son at home, it was in my laptop. I was editing, so I had two shoots on there. Finished the first one. I think I took it out to do something else, put it back in, was working on it, left. My son took it out. I don't know what he did with it, but I went to put it back in and the whole shoot was gone.
Oh my gosh. Hello everyone, welcome to Creative Blueprints. Today I'm super excited. You know, I'm trying to include more people that is involved in the construction, not directly building, you know, houses or something in the construction precisely, but today I'm here with Jeremy Doddridge, who is one of the eyes in behind the lens in the construction. Probably you have seen a lot of her pictures. So I wanted to include Jeremy because I know that sometimes you want to take some good pictures of your job site, and you make an awesome project and you want professional pictures. And I have worked with Jeremy in some of my projects, so I cannot express how beautiful the pictures are and how much detail-oriented he is. So, yeah, welcome to Creative Blueprints, Jeremy.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I would love that if you can give us, just to start this conversation, just give us a little bit about yourself, how many years of experience, or why you decided to take pictures in the construction. How was you inspired about that? Just a little bit of your background, and one more that I didn't tell you.
Oh gosh, a surprise question.
Yeah, surprise question. What is your favorite or your happy place?
My happy place?
Can be like a restaurant, a spot in the world. Just think about it and you can let me know. Yeah.
So, okay, I'll do it. So my name's Jeremy. I've been, I guess, an architectural photographer. I've been doing it for probably 7 years or so, but I think real seriously in the past 3 years. Originally, I thought I was going to be an architect, and I went to architecture school. And at the end of my freshman year, we had an architect come in from New York and basically gave us this big kind of doom and gloom speech about how difficult it is to get a job after you graduate. And with technology, I guess a lot of stuff was being outsourced. And so I was 18 and scared me a little bit, and there was a 5-year program in front of me, and so I changed my major. Yeah. But I always loved architecture and design. And I grew up with a camera in my hands. My mom always had a camera around, and she had little disposable cameras that we could kind of play with growing up. And so I think it just kind of naturally I switched over to taking photos of architecture instead of trying to pursue that as a career. And I think it kind of started pretty slowly, just for friends that were real estate agents. They knew I had a camera and a drone and asked me to take photos for their listings, and I was terrible at the time, but I enjoyed doing it, and so I just kind of slowly worked on it, and spent a lot of time on YouTube trying to learn the ropes and all the different techniques and stuff. And
the new school, YouTube.
Yeah, exactly, right? It's crazy. Like the technology now, I feel like you can literally just go learn anything you want to. You just, how do I do X, Y, Z, and then someone will show you step by step, and so it's a cool time to be alive. But yeah, it just kind of happened very naturally from there.
Nice.
And then happy place, right?
Your happy place.
So my wife and I have a son at home. He just turned 2, and his favorite thing is just to be outside playing in the grass and jumping off of everything and with trees and stuff. And so happy place is just getting home from work and just going straight outside with him. Especially right now, it's super hot outside, so I just die of sweat every day, but it's the best thing in the world. I love it, yeah.
Oh, super cool.
Yeah.
All right. So, as many of you know, the dynamic here is that we have some questions for Jeremy.
Oh boy.
And just relax, no problem here. So, we will pick some questions. As lucky as you are, we can lead the conversation.
Okay.
All right?
Sweet.
So, are you ready for the first one? Yeah.
All right. Let's see. What's one mistake you made early on that you think others can learn from?
That is a good one to
That is a
start
good
this.
one. I feel like there's a lot of them. I would say one that stands out though is to, I guess, double check all of your gear before you leave your home. I remember one time I had everything ready to go and I forgot my memory card that goes in the camera at home. And so basically show up to the site, real estate agents there, architects there, and I did not have an SD card for my camera, and so I had to look like a fool and run to Best Buy as fast as I could and buy one, come back and do the shoot. And but it's a mistake that you make once and you never make after that. But that was a very embarrassing thing that I learned from really quickly, yeah.
For sure, I have experienced something like that. You don't know this because you only see the video. But yeah, sometimes it's like, oh my God, the mics or something like that. It's like something happens and you don't know. But
the tripod, like there's so many different things that you have to remember to bring. Yeah.
I had to make a list and everything. I check, double check, triple check that everything is included because I don't want to get here to the interview and I have, the people here to interview and they are waiting or whatever.
Or it's not charged fully.
Have you experienced something like, I don't know, you took some pictures and they were not in the or you lost the pictures or something like that, something awful?
Yes, actually a couple weeks ago, very recently.
Oh my gosh.
I had one of my SD cards, and referring back to my 2-year-old son at home, it was in my laptop. I was editing, so I had two shoots on there. Finished the first one, I think I took it out to do something else, put it back in, was working on it, left. My son took it out. I don't know what he did with it, but I went to put it back in and the whole shoot was gone. So I had to call up the client, go back and reshoot it. That was not fun, but now everything is a little bit higher so that he cannot reach it and get to it. But yeah, that was fun.
Something happened.
Yeah.
We didn't know where we are today. So you took the pictures of these units. If you have some information about these properties and how you collaborate with the architects, designers of these properties.
Sure.
That would be fantastic.
So Sud Toile was the listing agent on these. Luis was the builder, and Begonia designed everything. So I don't know if you can see back there, but she did a beautiful job in here. All of the kitchen's gorgeous, everything in here. I love Begonia's work. I feel like the textures and the materials that she uses throughout the house. Last time I walked through a house with her, I was just laughing because I felt like I was just touching everything, like in the bathrooms, all the tile and stuff. But yeah, she does an incredible job.
Yeah, if you haven't watched the interview from Begonia, this is a shout out. You can go there and just watch the whole video. But yeah, that's amazing. So do you have like a favorite architect that you like to collaborate with? Or
yeah, I think there's been a couple, but I guess Davey McKeithran stands out. He's super fun to work with and just a really good guy. Super cool, and so his projects are, I think, unbelievable. And he's got one right now that is very unique, and I think it's a piece of art, not just a home, but he's just a fun guy to hang out with. Him and his wife. So,
any other architect or designer that you really like to work with?
Dan at Foresight Studio. I just did a project with him. It's super incredible too, and he actually has a home that he owns that I think ended up getting leased out to another agent who's doing a really cool project there. But he's got some very unique stuff as well, and I just enjoy being on site with them because I feel like a lot of times you walk through a house and you don't really understand what all goes into it and like what happens behind the scenes, and so being able to just ask them questions about everything I think is super fun, and so he's a really cool guy as well.
Yes. Yeah. Cool. Are you ready for the second one?
I think so. Yes.
Yeah.
What inspired you to start your business, and what was your vision when you began? I don't know if I intentionally decided to start a business doing this. I think I just enjoyed doing it. And the more time I spent photographing homes, the more I was like, oh, this is something that I really want to do for the rest of my life. And I don't know if that becomes like the main, business, or if it's just something that's a kind of a passion job lifestyle thing that I have for the rest of my life. But it's been great so far, and I feel like every year I grow a little bit, and then the people around me grow a little bit, and I just enjoy it more and more, and I'll learn different techniques that I can apply to it. And I feel like it's just something that in my free time I'm trying to learn and spend time online and asking questions with. There's so many communities like Facebook groups and Instagram and stuff, and so it's just a fun thing to kind of continue to grow in.
I know that you have a job.
I do.
mean, you have like a 9-5 job or something like that.
That's right,
That is,
yeah,
I think, like remotely.
Yep.
If you can tell us a little bit more, and how is your experience just having like your own business and
Yeah.
working for somebody else?
For sure. It's luckily the job it is remote, so I'm selling dental equipment, but it's I have a lot of freedom with that. So as
Yeah.
long as I'm hitting my numbers and doing what I need to do, I'm able to do this. And so I think one of the pluses is I can kind of do the job, and then the light tends to be better at the end of the day, so I can finish up my job wherever I'm at and just kind of plan that around where I have a shoot that day,
Okay.
and then just finish and do that. And so I don't know if one day I do this full time or not, but right now it's kind of nice to have both. But it is juggling. You know that you're doing a lot.
Yeah.
You're very very busy too. It's a lot, but it's fun.
Yeah, and that's crazy that you started like something just to have like a hobby or something like that, and now it's like probably you can, if you put like probably a little bit more like efforts or time,
Yep.
probably you can dedicate yourself like completely to this part of.
Yeah, that crosses
that
my
is the
mind all
goal,
the time. That is
so
the goal. Yes.
Reach,
So we'll
Jeremy,
see.
so
Yeah.
we can achieve that.
For sure.
Okay, so we can go for the next one.
Alrighty,
Yeah.
let's do it. What's this one?
All right.
What challenges did you face when starting your company, and how did you overcome them? I feel like a lot of challenges. I think I started it kind of more thinking about the artistic side of things and less about the business side, and so I'm naturally not the most organized person, and so I think developing some systems for organizing leads when they come through and getting my calendar down was a big thing that didn't come naturally to me, but something I had to work on a lot. And I think especially in this industry, like on the new construction side, there's so many moving parts, and so timelines can kind of change depending on if it's staging or landscaping or construction. And so starting to learn to be very organized and good with my calendar was helpful, just because there are so many moving parts. And so that was I still struggle with that from time to time, but that was a big thing that I needed to implement.
Yeah, for sure. So I don't know, in terms of your equipment, everything that you are including, I don't know if you feel that, this is weird for a photographer, but I haven't asked this, like if you feel that you need someone else that is helping you.
Probably, yeah. I think I'm starting to get to that point. My wife is amazing and helps me kind of stay organized on the back end of everything, so that's super helpful. And there's probably going to be a point where I need an assistant on site. I think that'll help a lot, especially if you're getting into the bigger projects where you're bringing in lighting and stuff like that. That'd be helpful, but yeah, I'll cross that bridge at some point, I'm sure.
Of course. All right.
Yeah.
So we can go for the next one.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Okay.
How do you identify and nurture talent in your team? Don't know
That
if
doesn't
I'm-
apply.
Yeah.
Okay. So the next one.
One day, hopefully it will. We'll see. Let me get this one on there.
We can do a second episode about yourself, and probably we've
That's true.
got that point.
Progress. That'd be cool. Okay. What are the most valuable lessons you've learned from your experience? I feel like a lot of it comes to building relationships with people. I think like there's a lot of talented photographers and that inspire me a lot, but I think the big thing is just developing relationships, especially because you're there on site with them for so long too. So I think being able to relate to them, and or I guess it'd just be curiosity. I think that's what's helped me the most, is just being curious about what I'm photographing. So being able to ask questions and better understand their vision when they started it, and try to capture that as well as I can while I'm there. So maybe it's just being curious and asking questions, because you could just go in and just start taking photographs, but I think it's important to know the intention behind why they chose certain materials, or design something a certain way, so that you can make sure to highlight that in the best way that captures what they were trying to do.
How do you feel that they are reaching out you? Like how they know about your work? What is your first point of contact with them, or how they hear from you?
Yeah, I think some of it happens from social media on Instagram, just because that kind of becomes a portfolio. It's real easy for people to see, and they can see a picture and then click on your page and kind of scroll through that. So a lot of it happens there, and then I feel like more and more lately it's just kind of word of mouth referrals and stuff. So someone will that I'll work with will recommend me to someone else, and so that seems to be more of where it's coming from lately, which is nice. Kind of nice to have the word from somebody else. I think that helps kind of, with that whole process.
Do you have like any job site that someone hire you, and not like an architect or a designer or whatever, that you were like, oh my God, I can't believe that I'm doing this. Like sometimes we are like we have that realization that is like, I'm really doing this.
Yeah.
Like
I feel like that's every shoot, honestly.
Really?
It's like, how am I, like, I'm in this really cool house. Like, it doesn't feel, because there's so many great photographers out there. I feel, like I was telling Davey the other day with the Rammed Earth project that he's working at, just everyone involved in that, I called them all and said, I feel honored to work on this project and just be a small part of this really cool thing that y'all have built. And so, yeah, it just doesn't feel real half the time that I get to be in these cool houses.
That's nice.
Yeah, it's fun.
Good. All right, the next one.
Can you share a proud moment or project that stands out in your career? So I think back to that one. We just talked about Davey McKeithrin. He's got this, you were there, right, the other day? Very, very cool Rammed Earth project. It's him, Kevin, Rab Construction. They've done an incredible job. I've never seen anything like that before, just from the design aspect, but then the materials they use, the Rammed Earth, I've never been around.
What was your favorite part of that construction?
Oh man, I think just from the outside, just all the rounded parts, the circle windows, and then seeing the Rammed Earth from the outside, and then when you walk inside and it's there, I didn't really realize like it's how involved it is throughout the whole home, and it's part of the design, but it's there structurally too, and it's a really cool experience to just walk through it and see how they were able to build a whole house around that. Yeah, very special.
It's incredible that you have like that point of view in terms of the construction and the architecture part. I was like, really, I was in that property and I was like feeling everything.
Same, like touching the Rammed
I'm more like in the materials and the selection and the colors and how it looks, and you're like, I love how it looks outside, and the construction and how everything is like connected.
It is.
So that something pretty cool about you when you're taking the pictures is that you really want to highlight what the people was doing behind.
For sure, yeah. And because from the outside you see the Rammed Earth, but then when you walk into the main home, I think in the kitchen there's the Rammed Earth, and then it kind of curves down and then comes around, and there's like a booth that you can sit in. And when I first walked through, I didn't realize that was all one piece, but it's cool to think about however they constructed it, like that was just there by itself. Then the whole house kind of got built around there, and now it's this it's a design thing, but then it became functional, where you can sit there around the kitchen table. It's just cool the way they did it.
That's amazing. Yeah, I love that property for sure.
Very special.
All right, so the next one.
Let's do it. How has the construction industry changed since you started, and how do you see it evolving? That's a good question. I don't know if I'm the best to answer that, but I feel like
from your perspective as a photographer, that's interesting.
Yeah, it seems like technology is getting better and better. Like, for example, the Rammed Earth, I hadn't seen anything like that before. That's really neat. There's 3D printing of homes now too. I think, what's that company? Is it Icon?
Yep.
3D in Austin. Yeah, like they're doing some cool things. It's interesting to see what that might look like in the future. But yeah, maybe just from a technological point of view, it's an interesting time to be alive and see how all these things are being implemented.
For example, the architects or somebody in the industry has asked you for something specific in terms of technology that you need to use to take the pictures?
I guess that's true. There's the AI component too now. Like when we're editing AIs, you can kind of use that in Photoshop too. So if we have to remove objects, it's making that a lot easier. Kind of just the post process. AI is interesting altogether, seeing how that's being implemented. Yeah, I don't know.
Perfect. Yeah. All right. Well, we need to go from here because you don't know this, but it's important to let you know that sometimes some stuff happens and they need to remove all of this staging from this area right now. So just to close the conversation, I would love that if you can give us a little advice that you can say to future designers or future talents in the industry that they want to open their business or they want to get involved in this photography area in the construction. What can be your best advice?
I would say just stick to it. Like stick to your craft. I think there's a lot of things to learn, and it's very easy to to feel like what's like imposter syndrome, because there's so many great photographers out there, and I think it's okay to compare your work to others and be inspired by them, but it shouldn't be a competitive thing. Like I feel like everyone kind of over time develops their own style, and so to this day I still compare myself to others. I'm like, oh, I wonder how they would have shot this or edited this, and it's very easy to kind of go down that rabbit hole, but I guess as much as you can, stay away from that and just kind of nose to the grindstone, figure out your style, figure out what works, and it's an ongoing thing. Like you always learn a new technique for different spaces and stuff. So just
if someone can ask you like, what is your style? What is Jeremy's style? If I have someone that is asking me for a recommendation of a photographer, and I say Jeremy Doddridge, and but what is his style? What I should answer?
It's a good question. I feel like what I try to do is create kind of a feeling in the space. So I don't know, less of like your typical real estate stuff where it's very like white and bright, and I think there's a place for that, but I'm trying to create some sort of feeling with the colors or the lighting in there. So it's what it actually feels like when you're in the space, not this like extra bright thing that when you walk through, you're like, oh, that wasn't that color, or that's not what it feels like in there. Just like if we're sitting here, try to capture, you know, what this space feels like as good as I can,
Okay, good. All right, so if you can share with us your social media, your website, how people can reach you out, all yours.
I guess best place is Instagram, just at jeremy.doddridge, and then I have a website, jeremydoddridge.com, but that's pretty much it.
Yeah, and the process is like pretty quickly and smoothly to work with him, really. I have worked with other photographers, and they just go to the property and they take the pictures, and they don't ask about these questions like what the professionals behind the construction they want to highlight. And trust me, Jeremy has like a pretty good eye to highlight whatever that you want to highlight. So thank you so much, Jeremy.
Yeah,
and
thank you for having me on.
yeah, absolutely. And if you have any questions, there is all here his information here. So yeah. Thank you so much again, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye.